Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Salut les amis! Welcome to the Astrology Weekly Podcast. Happy new moon in Leo! It's time to manifest those big dreams that you have by putting them center stage in your life, just like Leo. Dreams are first created in the mind, and then they manifest in the physical realm. If you're new here, my name is Natalie Darjay. I've studied and worked in psychology and mental health for the last 20 years. After facing a significant health crisis at the start of the pandemic, I became darker emotionally, and I came out of there with a more profound sense of spiritual depth and purpose. So I left my very successful career as a therapist and decided to become an astrologer, specializing in manifesting abundance and understanding karmic wisdom. What I want to do is teach you and the world about the secrets of life through astrology. I release a podcast every 2 weeks on the lunar transits to help you manifest the life of your dreams. We are having a new moon in the zodiac sign Leo on August 4th, 2024. This new moon transit is happening at the 12th degree, which is the Pisces degree. So first, let's talk about these two energies. Leo is a fire sign, Leo is a masculine sign, and Leo is a fixed sign. Pisces is a water sign, Pisces is a mutable sign, and Pisces is a feminine sign. Okay? So we have masculine, feminine, we have fire, water, we have fixed, mutable. Both of those energies are going to be felt by us. When a Leo new moon comes along, it's an opportunity for us to reflect on the ways in which we can increase Leo qualities in our lives. That's basically what a new moon is for. It's how do I cultivate seeds right now that help me manifest these qualities that will bring in my manifestation and my abundance. So let's talk about the Leo qualities. Leo is confident when they're healthy. They are a leader, and it doesn't mean that they're naturally a leader, because the only leaders of the zodiac are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Those are the true cardinals of the zodiac. But Leo is brave. Leo is courageous. Leo takes the lead. Leo is unafraid because of their confidence. They're self-assured. They're also very charismatic. And as a result, a lot of people follow their lead. A lot of people trust them. They're passionate people that put their whole heart in everything they do. Super creative, and they tend to really thrive in careers where they're allowed to think for themselves, be free-spirited, and really showcase the breadth of their creativity, because oftentimes a Leo is going to be very good at a lot of different things. They're just naturally gifted, okay? In addition, Leo has a huge heart. And they're very, very kind, especially to those that are being abused or marginalized, because Leo is naturally deeply protective. At their best, Leo is so much fun to have around because they're like a child. This is why zodiac sign Leo rules the 5th house in astrology, which is also the house of fertility and children. It's the house of creativity, because the most creative people in the world are children. So Leo is bursting with optimism, with joy. They radiate with love and laughter and a true enjoyment of life. And you can hear it when you hear them laughing. It's always sincere, honest, and deep-rooted in the soulful truth that they have about who they are and their place in the world. Leo's humor is top tier. It can make things so much brighter, so much fun, so exciting, and a lot less dull. You know, when a Leo's around, they lift everybody's spirits up. They make everybody better because they want everybody to shine bright. A Leo that is balanced is admired. They're looked up to. People want to be close to them. People want to know them because they come bearing so many gifts. In part, that is the reason why people are very attracted to Leo. Now, let's connect that to Pisces energy. So Pisces rules the 12th house, which is the house of karma. This is why Pisces is exalted in love. This is why when you take a Piscean's love for granted or you treat it badly, you will in turn deprive yourself of love, because that's how karma works. What you give is what you get. So the 12th house is about love, because when we are living right, we understand that love is the beginning of life, you know? And when you think about it, that's how all of us got here for the most part, right? because two people fell in love and decided to do something that created us, right? So this new moon, right, is an opportunity for us to identify how we can let our lion energy shine brightly while also being conscientious of our karma, of the feelings of others, of our own feelings as we're making decisions, okay? Now, there are some Leo traits that are not so desirable that may get in the way of that for us, and those are stubbornness, because Leo is a fixed sign, so they have a hard time letting things go. Being prideful, which basically, as you know, pride comes before the fall. Whenever our heart gets too big and we have too much dip on our chip, that's when we start making mistakes, because we're so self-assured that we're no longer actually engaging our brain or doing our homework. We just want to believe what we want to believe, and we valiantly move forward, and sometimes that can backfire. The other Leo trait that is not as desirable is their knack and need for drama. By their very nature, Leo needs a lot of attention, a lot of affection, and for Leo, love is a tad bit obsessive. In order for Leo to comprehend that you love them, they need your love to be obsessive. And when you're not obsessive with them, they will be dramatic, because they are proud people and they can resort to attention-seeking behaviors. So oftentimes the dramatic, theatrical gestures that they put out is really to fulfill this need for attention, because just like a child, they still need the kudos, they still need the claps, they still need the adoration. Leos can also be fairly insensitive to other people's feelings, even though they themselves are very sensitive. And that kind of goes back to this kind of self-righteousness and pride that comes along with this confidence that can, overflow sometimes. Leos can be so entitled when it comes to feeling as though they deserve, that they can be poor with, managing their resources, because they're very invested in impressing other people and looking the part and making sure that other people, value them and other people see them as being who they say that they are. They're very big on luxury. They're very big on, wealth and status and class. And it's really important to them that, they get the wow and ow from the crowd. And that comes from, having to create that reality. And so sometimes they can overly get invested in other people's wishes for them. So while Pisces also has a lot of creative qualities like Leo, the difference is Pisces creates from the inside out, because Pisces creates from a place of feelings, and Leo creates from the outside in. Leo creates from the place of entertainment, and entertainment is all about pleasing others. Entertainment is not about necessarily leading with your feelings, that it is about delivering a product in a manner in which it can be received by the public, because a lot of Leo's impact is with the public. Remember, Leo's ruled by the sun, so Leo cannot exist in isolation. Everything that they do best when they're surrounded by a lot of people. Let's talk about the spiritual importance of this new moon. It's an opportunity for us to redefine what emotional safety feels like. An opportunity for us to play around with how can we increase our sense of self-worth without relying on the praise of others. In other words, how can I be a self-contained system where my praise comes from me? How can I get into the spotlight to give myself what I need without necessarily doing it out of insecurity? Meaning that I'm not motivated by this fear of being a nobody. I'm doing it because this is what I feel I'm being called to do, okay? And how can I be more receptive to criticism and negative feedback so that I can become even better at what it is that I do? And how can I use my charm, my wit, and my personality to win people over? Leo does that effortlessly because that is a gift that was given to them. So if you're someone who's slightly a tad bit socially awkward like I am, I have an Aquarius rising, so I'm not really one whose personality is something that is common. I'm a bit of an acquired taste. So if you're a little bit like me in that regard, this is a wonderful opportunity to really embrace some of those self-affirming traits that Leo has and to find a way to make it work for you. This new moon actually came to us as a gift. It's giving us an opportunity to reconnect with our dreams. As you know, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the planet of dreams. Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and abundance and success and expansion and growth. And Leo, being the sun, when combined with Neptune and Jupiter, you're guaranteed success. So I'm going to focus this horoscope reading on the part of your life that you need to focus on right now to manifest success, which will be evident in the physical realm 6 months from now. How are you feeling? Are you enjoying the content so far? If so, I've got more great content for you. My main YouTube channel is called Intuitive Healing. There, I teach general information about astrology. If you wish to use the secrets embedded in your astrology natal chart to manifest the life of your dream, you want to follow my Astrology Weekly podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. I produce weekly episodes. It also has a corresponding YouTube channel called Astrology Weekly Podcast that you can follow, and make sure to turn on the notification bell. If you want some hands-on support with manifestation, you can join my manifestation group on Patreon. It is a free group, however, some of the posts are only for paid members. If you wish to incorporate healing crystals into your manifestation process, you can go to styledunder.com to shop your favorite sustainable fashion accessories and healing crystals. And lastly, remember to follow us on social media Intuitive Healing on Instagram, X, TikTok, and Threads. And on Facebook, we are Styled Under. So stop by, subscribe, follow, like, comment, share, and be social. Thanks for watching. Now on to our next segment. This new moon has a huge karmic theme to it because 2024 is the year of karma. The month of August is karma in numerology. And 88 is a lion's gate. So all around, there's a whole lot of karma going on. In addition, Saturn, the planet of karma, is retrograde. Neptune, the planet of dreams, is also retrograde. Pluto, the planet of transformation, birth, and death, is also retrograde, in addition to our North Node in Aries being retrograde. Our Chiron in Aries also retrograde. And Saturn is currently in Pisces. Neptune is also in Pisces. And Pluto is in zodiac sign Aquarius. So as you can tell, there's a whole lot of karmic, spiritual energy, and a whole lot of energy, physical energy, due to the Aries influences at play. This is a great opportunity to heal, the wounded masculine in all of us. This is an opportunity to examine the patriarchy and what it has done to all of us, and how some of the messaging from the patriarchy are keeping us small and are keeping us unhappy and are keeping us from being able to love ourselves and appreciate ourselves authentically as we are. If you're an Aries rising, I want you to have more fun. It's been a heavy year for you with everything going on. I know it's been rough, especially like with the family stuff, the work stuff. It feels like it's imploding everywhere. Hang in there. Take deep breaths and get lost in something else. I want you to create. I want you to get into the arts. I want you to find avenues to express your very big emotions. Now, if you're single, you may be having a lot of conquests and partners right now, and that's all good. I'm all about people living their lives and vibing to whatever frequency they want and they feel good at. However, I do want you to be aware that because this is a new moon in Leo, which rules the 5th house, which is where you're planted right now, there's a strong possibility that you may get pregnant. So if you're heterosexual and you're not interested in being pregnant, just you know what to do, okay? I just thought you should know. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, for you, this is a time for you to get back in your house, okay? You've been too much in these streets, and that's not what the universe needs from you. Taurus, the thing about you is you manifest by doing the least. This is why they call you lazy. It's not that you're lazy. It's that you know when is the right time to do things. I need you to trust that. I need you to get back inside your body and learn to have a relationship, communion with your body so that you can feel when it's a time to be out in the streets and when it's a time to be back in the house. This is a time for you to bring that Leo energy into your home. It's time for you to take pride in your home by investing in your home. Do you need to change the counters in your kitchen? Do you need a new coat of paint in the house? Do you need fluffy blankets and fluffy throws? Do you need soft and comfortable throws that you put on your couch? Do you need to get a new love seat? Do you want to get a new blanket for your bed? Do you want to get an eco-friendly rug that feels like sheepskin that you step off of when you step off the bed? Do you need a new facial routine? Do you need new skincare products? Like, it's all about how can I bring glamour to my home? Because Taurus, you're naturally a glamorous girl. Abundance loves you, money loves you, wealth loves you. It's a matter of you inviting that in. And we are what the universe gives us. The more you invest energy in making your home your castle and making yourself the queen of your castle, the more the universe will reward you with that same energy. If you're Taurus, I don't need you to be part of grind culture. That's not your thing. Your thing is focusing on what you do best, doing it at a pace that you're comfortable with, and inviting that energy into your life so that you can manifest something grand. If you are Gemini rising, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to take up some new educational, intellectual pursuits. It's time for you to diversify your knowledge, your education, your thought process about things that are going on in the world. It's an opportunity for you to open up your brain and be willing to receive new information. Now, a lot of information is going to be coming at you, Gemini rising, because this is Leo. Okay, it's got to be dramatic. It's got to be over the top. So I want you to be selective about what you want to focus on, and then devote your energy to that one thing. Because the amazing thing that happens when Gemini gets focused is that they can literally open up the world to a breadth of new information that we never knew existed. Because no one does it better when it comes time to parse out the details to get to the truth. So doing that in a very measured, focused kind of way is going to bring you a lot of abundance. And that could be, I don't know, maybe expanding your education for your career, or maybe it's a side hustle. Just know that learning more is going to help you become more abundant. Okay? Now moving on to Cancer rising. Money is coming, money is coming, money is coming. Cancer rising, you are going to be fine. Financially, if that's been a worry of yours, you don't need to worry about that. You're going to be fine financially. You're going to have everything that you need because this is falling for you in the Taurus house. And I've just mentioned that Taurus is naturally wealthy and they don't have to do a lot to get what they need done. And oftentimes, I will say this in addition, when a Taurus is doing too much, money will never come to them. Because them overexerting themselves is proof that they don't trust the universe to provide for them. Because they're supposed to know they're the best at what they do, and whoever needs their services will come to them, will find them naturally. But when they're doing too much, it's because they're forcing. So Cancer, I need you to stop forcing. I need you to focus on feeling good, and I need you to focus on knowing that you have everything that you need. So a lot of times when people struggle with feeling good, it's good to go back to gratitude. This is why at the beginning of this year, I did a meditation challenge, 21 days of gratitude, to invite gratitude in. Cancer is a negative zodiac sign in astrology, and they really struggle with having a positive attitude. And unfortunately for them, the more negativity they carry, the more negativity they manifest. So Cancer, if you want to manifest more positivity, more abundance, effortlessly, by the way, because Venus is sitting tight in that house, I need you to get more grateful. So what that would look like is every day I want you to meditate on gratitude for 5 to 10 minutes. And let's see, you might feel so good about it that you might make it a lifestyle. Because honestly, Cancer, you've been through so much this year and nobody wants you working harder. We want you feeling good and relaxing and trusting that you have everything that you need to be successful already embedded in your DNA. Moving on to Leo. So Leo, since this is your house, naturally you're going to be the star of the show. So it's time for you to boss up. If you're a Leo that has been living in low vibrational energy, it's time for you to boss up, come up with a business plan, and execute it. You're very good at getting what you want, Leo, from the people around you. And they like giving it to you. But the problem can start for you when you're not being fixed. What we like about you, Leo, is that you're consistent, you're fixed. But when you start behaving in a unstable, emotionally erratic, inconsistent way, in a way that doesn't align with your values and your ethics, it creates this ripple effect in your energy which then becomes off-putting to people, because then the energy you're giving off is negative, when Leo is actually a positive, happy-go-lucky type of zodiac sign. So it may be that your appearance is bothering you, because for Leo, there's a lot of vanity there, and Leo, there's nothing wrong with that. We all have our things, okay? But I need you to know that vanity is your superpower. So if you are feeling sad and depressed, I need you to get yourself together by getting your body together. Put your makeup on, buy some new clothes, do your hair, and see how you feel when you get outside in the sun. I promise you that will fix half of your problems. Because when a Leo doesn't feel good in their body, it's really hard for them to manifest. Remember, you're the sun. There's no food on earth without the sun. You bring the sun so all of us can eat. You have everything you need to be great. It's already embedded in you. You have to believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, change your appearance so you can start feeling good about what you look like when you're looking at yourself, so that confidence can kick in. You know, I know we talk a lot about Leos being confident, but I know not all Leos are high vibrational Leos. Some are very low vibrational Leos that really struggle with self-esteem and self-worth. And if you're one of those, I know it's hard, but I need you to know that you can switch your frequency by choosing a new vibration, and that requires that you do something differently. So my advice to you is start with your looks. Next up, we have zodiac sign Virgo. If you are Virgo rising, this falls for you in your 12th house, which is the house of the subconscious mind. The 12th house in astrology is ruled by zodiac sign Pisces. Since this lunar transit is also happening at the Pisces degree, there are some beneficial elements here already at your disposal. Virgo rising, what that means is that you're going to be facing a lot of endings, a lot of closure. It's going to be a lot of resurfacing of emotional pain. There's going to be a need for some healing. You might find yourself feeling more spiritually inclined. You might need more time alone to process your feelings. Issues around karma are going to come up. You may even face some physical death in your life. Basically, the 12th house represents death, endings, karma, old age, anything that is hidden from our conscious mind and more brightened in our subconscious mind. So that could be false beliefs about ourselves and other people. And for you, Virgo, it's pointing to really making peace with your imperfections, because your inability to accept your lack of purity is making it hard for you to see yourself as complete, as already beautiful and amazing and perfect just the way you are. There's nothing wrong with the word perfect if you're attached to it and want to keep it. I just want you to redefine it. But the way that you generally define it is it's a series of expectations that no normal human being can live up to. And naturally, when you don't know how to calibrate your machine to make it work for your capabilities, what that leaves you with is a lot of self-hatred, a lot of judgment, a lot of beating yourself up, a lot of lack of kindness and love towards yourself. And when we allow ourselves to live in this space of judgment, criticism, lack of self-acceptance, self-love, lack of inner peace, and a desire to always, appear to be a certain way so that we can impress other people, it doesn't allow us to truly be ourselves. And what Leo is all about is authentically feeling what it is that you feel in the moment. Yes, sometimes it's gross. Yes, sometimes it's scary. Yes, sometimes it's confusing. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's disturbing. But that is the human experience. We are all complicated. We're all messy, and none of us are perfect. And the sooner you embrace that, the deeper your relationships will get. So you have the greatest chance of healing here out of everybody, being in the 12th house. I would recommend that you spend a lot of time alone over the next couple of weeks to really investigate what are some hangups that you have about who you are that keep you from fully loving yourself, and investigate how those self-judgments and criticism and this, long list that you've created in this imaginary world that you expect you to live up to and that you find that nobody else can live up to. How is this list keeping you from really feeling joyful in your life, feeling fulfilled? What are some items on that list that you can now remove now that you know it was never realistic? So this is really what it's about. It's about taking away things so that you can shine more brightly, because you're already a star. You don't need to be perfect. You already are. Moving on to Libra rising. Libra rising, you have some haters in your friend group, okay? We need to get those haters out of there. Sometimes people will keep you around because they want to use you, or sometimes they keep you around because they want to whine to you and they want you to be their emotional reservoir for all of the negativity that they themselves create in their lives and that they have no desire to improve. Sometimes people keep you around because they want to see where life is going to take you and they want to be there to rip the benefits of that whenever that moment finally comes. People come into our lives for a lot of reasons, is what I'm trying to get you to understand. And those reasons aren't always wholesome. Okay? Sometimes they're calculated strategies for people to get their needs met. When you happen to have Venus energy like Libra and Taurus, you naturally are going to attract a lot of people because you vibrate at abundance. This is why things naturally work out for you. And emotional leeches can tell that. Spiritual leeches can tell that. They don't want to raise their frequency so that they can vibrate at abundance. That's a lot of work. What they will rather do is have you vibrate at abundance, and then they use your resources. So if you have friends in your circle that are not being fair with you, and this is why Libra came here, that's why they always attract people that are terrible to them, it's because you're supposed to learn what fairness and justice means. And fundamentally, for me, fairness and justice is about give and take. If I give you respect, you give me respect. If I give you loyalty, you give me loyalty. If I give you kindness, you give me kindness. If I give you honesty, you give me honesty. If I give you whatever I give you, you give me back. Because that means we're equal. But if I give you and you take and you take and you take and you take, then I'm the fool. So if you have friends that are awful behind the scenes to you, even though they smile in your face, or friends that are giving you weird energy, you don't need a reason. You can just cut them off. That's the thing about air signs. You guys are just like Aquarius and Gemini. But Libras forget this. Libra forgets that they can cut people off the way Aquarius and Gemini do all the time. I cut people off if I have a bad vibe. I'm done. I'm not going to stick around to find out why I have a bad vibe. I already know something has shifted, so I shift. That's what we mean when we say resonance. When the universe is speaking to you, you have to respond. Okay? So if you're getting weird vibes from some of your quote unquote friends, it's time to discharge them. No relationship lasts forever. Don't let people overstay their welcome in your energy, because your energy is very precious. Scorpio rising, it's time for you to admit that you want to be the star and that you want the attention and that you want the light on you. And if so, do something about it. Create an opportunity for you to have the spotlight. And there's no shame in it. You're just as power hungry as Leo is. It's time for you to admit it. But the key thing is for you to find something you're passionate about so that it can keep you motivated to keep it going. This whole wanting to connect with others. Because for you, it can't be deeply rooted in vanity. For Leo, that's fine. As long as they're seen and they're heard, they're celebrated, they're fine. But for you, it has to be deeper. It has to be a deeper, meaningful reason for you to expose yourself, because you don't really like to be perceived. So find a way to do it that honors your boundaries, that honors your sensitivity, and that makes you feel safe. Nobody's asking you to compromise your identity. With it being rooted in Pisces, it is about karma. So you do have to think about what are the ramifications of this decision in the long run with everything that you do, especially with you being a karmic in addition to that. But it's really time for you to own that and actually create that. Scorpio, just for you, I want to drop this tidbit here, and this applies to everybody, but I see Scorpio as the one most likely to do this. Scorpio, you are an extremely powerful manifester. And what that means is that it's very easy for you to manifest your desires, whether they be good or bad. A lot of times, you're not even aware that you're manifesting bad things when you are manifesting them. And oftentimes it's not until they show up that you go, man, I thought about this, or I had a feeling this was going to happen. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that every time you obsess over something negative that is not quite in the material world just yet, you are inviting that into the material world, into the physical realm. Because you have extremely sensitive and super powerful manifestation skills. Okay? Your machine is very responsive to energy. Okay? So I need you to take charge of your machine. And that requires taking charge of your feelings, your thoughts, and then your behavior. Because these three things determine your destiny. If you do not master them, the world will master them for you. So remember that. Being the star comes with the criticism of the public. Being the star comes with being the receptacle for people's, insecurities. People love projecting their insecurities onto the star because they see the star as non-human. They don't care about your feelings when you're the star. You're a machine. You're there to provide a service, to entertain, to do something. And that's what they care about. Given that you're super emotional, it's important that you recognize that and figure out how to manage that so that you can bring those feelings to help the people that you're leading, as opposed to turning those feelings against them. Does that make sense? So I just want you to reflect on that. So this goes for everybody. The energy that we bring around the new moon is an energy that will last with us for the next 6 months. So on the new moon, it's very important to keep the energy light and positive and hopeful. This is why I'm focusing on manifestation. So I want you to be the star, Scorpio. I want you to own that you want to be the star, and I want you to follow that ownership with the things that you need to alter about yourself so you can successfully do this job while maintaining relationships with others that are healthy. Okay? Because for you, what happens is when you don't want to work on your stuff, you just take it and give it to other people. All water signs do this, but you're the best at doing it out of all of them. So I just want you to be aware of that, okay? Moving on to Sagittarius, this is going to be a great time of spiritual growth and development for you. I always recommend people that are just getting started on their spiritual journey to start with their 12th house, because that is the house of karma. So if you start with the end in mind, you're sure to land where you're headed. So focus on learning aspects of your spirituality one step at a time, okay? I know this is a very exciting time. You're having all these revolutionary thoughts and aha moments. You're discovering new things. A lot of information is coming your way, much like Sister Gemini, and you want to go deeper. I would encourage you to go deeper with just one thing. Focus on that until you've mastered it, and then move on to the next thing. This is a time for you to be intentional about what it is that you want to study, because Leo is a fixed sign, and it's helpful if it's something that is spiritual or philosophical in nature, because this is happening in the 12th house, which is the house of spirituality, also known as the house of karma. Moving on to Capricorn rising. Capricorn, is time for you to break up and make up. Okay? It's time for you to let go of the way you've been doing life and relationships, and think of a way to do it that invites a little bit more vulnerability. The reason why you don't have connections, Capricorn, is because you don't open up. You cannot have relationships with people while not opening up. And I understand a lot of people are not worthy of your trust and loyalty. I get that. But what I'm saying is you could try and take it one step at a time. I'm not asking you to tell strangers your deepest, darkest secret when you've just met them. You can take it slow. Make sure you feel comfortable before you share intimate parts of your life with others. But you can at least try to do community. The thing about Leo is that they have community wherever they go, because they're social. They make friends wherever they go, and people like them. I know that you're very good at doing everything yourself, which is why you've never needed anybody, and a lot of people I know you have not been able to depend on. But God is inviting you into a stage of your life where you don't have to do things alone, where people will come in and will genuinely love you, not for what you do for them, not for what you provide to them, but because of who you are. This is the phase of life that you're being called to. And that phase requires a sacrifice because nothing is free in this world. And that sacrifice is that you be willing to be human. That means you have to open up. You have to share your stories. People want to know you. They want to know who you are. Relationships don't take roots if they're not deep. Do you understand? And I understand most people are not worthy of deep relationships, but you're very astute. You can figure that out fairly quickly and move the trash to the side as you get through it. And I don't mean trashy people, I mean trashy energy, okay? Because there are no trashy people. There's trashy behavior and there's trashy energy. But remember, everybody's at different stages of their spiritual elevation. You may not be trashy today, but I'm sure if somebody dug up your past, you might have some trashy eras, okay? I know I have quite a few trashy eras of my past, and that is the point. So I'm asking you, Capricorn, to evolve, and evolution for you means letting go of fear, because really what's underneath this desire to avoid people is being afraid that people are going to hurt you. And I get that. As a Capricorn stellium myself, I understand that very real fear. But when you put too much on that fear, you undermine your ability to discern a person that is being honest and a person that is being dishonest, a person that's being, authentic and a person that's being manipulative. You have the tools, you have the gift, you know what's going on, you can make decisions. You can make decisions and fire people if your intuition is telling you something other than what they're telling you. So it's time for you to stop doubting your ability to see through people's bullshit and to make decisions that protect you. And the best decision you can make that protect you is by you investing in people. Because Capricorn is a community leader. You're here to be somebody that other people look up to. And that's not going to happen when you don't like people and you avoid them. Okay?
For Aquarius rising, this new moon falls in your 7th house, which is the house of marriage and business partnerships. So if you're not currently married, this is going to be a time when your relationship kind of takes a new status. When things get a little bit more serious here, because Leo, as you know, is a fixed sign, and they are serious in the sense that they put all of their heart towards what it is that they want, because Leo really wants you to activate your heart space. So when it falls in your house of partnership and marriage, it's going to be basically you welcoming new relationships that take you to new glorious heights with Leo, or you deepening your current relationship to make it much more emotionally secure and satisfying long term. As you know, Leo is all about stability because they're a fixed sign. Leo is all about commitment. Leo is all about certainty, making sure that you're rooted in what you're doing by putting all of your heart and soul into it, okay? So if you're single, you could actually meet someone who could become a very serious life partner for you over the next 6 months. So be very careful with the energy that you're bringing around this new moon if you're single. If you're single and looking to mingle and looking to get married or settle down with somebody in some form or fashion, this is going to be the time for you to manifest being unafraid of love. You deserve to find somebody who gets you, who compliments you, who understands you, who can be your best friend and your lover, and who is available to you for your whole being, your whole heart. Not somebody who just wants pieces of you, but not your humanity. So this could really be a wonderful opportunity for you to manifest true love. And Aquarians know true love because their love is not partial. It's not just for some people, but not for others. They understand divine love, godly love, soulful love. So what they're really looking for is something that is real and that is deep. And what I'm saying is your time has come for that. I hope you enjoy this new love story.
Moving on to Pisces. Pisces, this is a wonderful opportunity for you because I love it when Leo and Pisces fall in love. The new moon in Leo is going to fall into your 6th house. And the 6th house is a house of health. It's a house of Virgo. It's a house of routine. I know it's hard to create a routine day to day that makes us feel stable, but you're being called to really manifest that. Manifest, how can I take care of my health without breaking the bank? If I'm in a relationship, how can I pull in my partner for additional support? If I'm single, how can I join different groups so I can meet other people who are into health and managing their well-being, so that I am surrounded by other people who also give me that external motivation to stay the course. Basically, the focus for you is your health. It's time to center your health once again in your life and to create a routine around it that allows you to seamlessly integrate it in your day-to-day life. It's not about fasting for 3 weeks so we can lose a lot of weight, but it's about every day making healthy, sane decisions that help us feel focused on our long-term goal, which is to be healthy. The goal should never be to lose weight, but rather to be healthy. And being healthy is a lifestyle. It's not a moment. So if you're into dieting, this might be a chance for you to throw that stuff in the trash and really start thinking about your health in terms of a system. How do I create a system of health that I can maintain with very limited effort for myself? The beautiful thing about Virgo is that they're experts at this. And remember, Virgo is your sister. So if you're looking to manifest as a Pisces rising, what you're missing are some of the Virgo qualities. So maybe you can, if you have a Virgo friend, you can pick their brain about that. But Virgo is very good at structuring their day so it can incorporate all the must-haves. And they do things on such a routine schedule that it doesn't even feel like labor anymore. It's just what they do. And that's the goal. Because Pisces, being a watery sign and a feminine sign, they can really struggle with motivation. And a lot of times they're waiting for the motivation to come before they start manifesting. And what I want you to hear, dear, is that sometimes the motivation comes after you get started. And that's what Virgo knows. Virgo doesn't do it because they're motivated. They do it because they have to. So when it comes to your health, think of it like, this is what I have to do to stay alive. And there are people in this life I enjoy, and there are people who love me that I want to keep having a relationship with. So I'm going to do this thing because that's what I have to do. And then create a schedule that can honor that. The folks that are going to be the most impacted by this new moon are going to be the fixed signs. So that will be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. If you have any of these signs at the sun, moon, or rising, you're going to be the most impacted, especially at the rising, and of course in your big six as well, and any of your other more meaningful placements. It's also good to be mindful of the degrees of this sign in your chart. You know, like the 2nd degree is a Taurian degree, the 5th degree is a Leo degree, the 11th degree is Aquarius degree, the 8th degree is Scorpio degree. So be mindful of those degrees as well. There's a story here that you do not want to miss. Now, the best way to manifest in terms of ritual is to do a fire ritual. There's so many fire rituals that you can do. But one of my favorite ones that I recommend is to write down the things that you're doing away with so you can step into this energy. And then I want you to burn it. I want you to burn it outside and let the wind take it away. Burn it to the ground. And then I want you to journal about who you have to become to live the life of your dreams. The thing about manifestation is that we have to first envision the end. Everything starts with the end, and then we go backwards. We don't start from 1, we start from 12 and we go to 1. This is why I say if you're working on healing, start with your 12th house. If you're working on manifesting, start with the final product. I've manifested the life of my dreams. Start with, what does that life look like? Once you've defined that life, then ask yourself, who do I need to become to live that life? And there's your answer. That's what you need to work on.
That's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Astrology Weekly podcast. Head over to our YouTube channel at Astrology Weekly and subscribe. You can join our private manifestation group on Patreon at Intuitive Healing. You may also purchase a confidential astrology reading on Patreon if you would like to have more intimate time with me. I provide individual as well as relationship compatibility readings. I'll catch up with you in 2 weeks for another podcast.